What's up, guys? So, I guess this is technically my morning commute now, or my daily commute, part of it. It's the afternoon. It's about 5:02 Mountain Standard Time. So, I want to talk about the dream bikes. Like, what are some of your dream bikes? I'll tell you some of mine. And of course, I'm going. If you've been listening to my videos, I'm a classic bike guy. So you're actually gonna hear some classic bikes and some modern bikes too. So classic bike wise, I want another 81 GPZ 550. I want that in my stable, perfectly 100% restored, so I could just get out and flog that little 550 like she's meant to be, or even like vintage racer. All right, then I want a GPZ 750 turbo. Alright, so two Kawasaki's there. So the GPZ 550 from like 81-ish, and then about an 83, I think, 84, maybe 85. They turboed the GPZ 750s. So now the GPZs, if you guys don't know, those are actually the precursors to the Ninjas. Those are the granddaddies, or the fathers of the Ninjas. So those are two classic bikes that I want. Another classic bike, third classic bike that I want is a CBX. I don't know if you guys know what these things are. I think they're like 1,000 cc, or maybe 1,100, but they're 6-cylinder, and but their displacement's really small, for the diameter of their heads. But look them up. When you're done watching this video, go look up a CBX and listen to these things scream. I'm not kidding you guys. They sound like a Formula 1 car just coming through. So, amazing sound, and actually, honestly, a pretty rare bike. They're getting harder to find these days, so their value is coming up pretty well too. So, I've seen a couple at some motorcycle shows that I go to in the summertime. And maybe one of these days when I have enough money, I'll make an offer on one of them. Just because I don't want to have to deal with the time to fix a CBX. Because the CBX is so rare these days that, parts are just ridiculous. Same goes for the GPX 750 Turbo. If I find a 750 Turbo, it has to be in perfect condition. Because, again, so rare for parts and everything. So those are three classic bikes now. Two modern dream bikes of mine, S1000RR. I'm not a gigantic super sport fan. I do ride them on occasions, and I see nothing wrong with them. They're just not the kind of bike for me. However, the S1000RR, that's, that Lonely Island song Jizz in My Pants every time I look at that bike. So it looks like we might have an accident. Oh no, cop. So that's a dream bike. And then I know it's kind of weird to say that this is my dream bike, but this is honestly the next bike I think I'm going to buy is going to be this. And just because now I think I love my Naked, but the 919 is she's a jack of all trades, so she doesn't excel at any one thing, but she's decent at lots of things. And so I kind of want to gear more towards sport touring. So with that in mind, I am going to get, I believe, my next bike is going to be a Kawasaki Ninja 1000. So I think maybe it's going to have to definitely be a couple years. So right now I know the 2014s, lots of people are reporting issues that at like highway speeds you get a very buzzy feel in the pegs. Stop, Mr. Audi. All right. So that's just going to annoy me because the whole point of sport touring is actually to, one, tour with it, and two, be able to carve up the canyons as much as you want. Now, all the reviews that I've been watching That's what that thing does. It is really good at carving up the canyons. And, some guys are complaining about the ergonomics of it, saying it's kind of cramped. But the guys that I look at that are saying that, they are like 6 foot plus. Now, I'm 5'9", so, and my ergonomics on this, I bet are the exact same. And I'm used to going on long rides with this thing, so I'm sure the Ninja is not going to be any different. And maybe when I get older, that's going to hurt my knees or something like that, but because you are kind of crouched, whereas some of these other ones that they're talking about, you're down here. But, come on, guys. So, I think that's fine, but hopefully, when I actually do turn around and time to start going to look for one, Kawasaki has figured out how to get the buzz out of the pegs, and so maybe a 2015 model or a 2016 model. So this is a few years down the road, obviously, but I don't know, it may be later this summer, because as soon as I get the 81 CB750 up and running, I plan, if she's in good enough shape, I might just take the two of these down to the dealership and trade them in and see if I can find like a used one, because I found some 2011s actually that are around like $7,000 in price with the saddlebags and everything on it. So to me, that's really decent for 1,000cc and saddlebags, because all of those things cost extra. But why I'm leaning more towards like a used like 2014 is the 2014s come with ABS, and they do have traction control, which to me is another one of those hey, shit's getting a little too crazy with technology type things. ABS has been around since the 80s with BMW, so I'm not too concerned with ABS, and in fact it can do a lot of good, especially if you are in an area with high gravel like I am. So like I said before, Colorado doesn't use like salts on the ground to melt the ice and snow. We use gravel just for traction, because the snow melts honestly so fast here that you don't need to do that. So see all that gravel, that's all from this winter. So it's ridiculous. And they'll come and they'll start sweeping it up soon. I don't know. They might be holding out because it is only April. We may get another snowstorm later this month, maybe even next month into May. So springtime in the Rockies is crazy. But so ABS, that's going to be a great thing, because you can come up to some of these turn lanes and there's not even tire grooves where they've parted the gravel. It's just straight gravel, and you can slide out really easy. And the ABS will save your butt on that. So, now traction control, I guess, if you're really hard on the throttle when leaving from that situation, your tire can spin out too, and the traction control can save you. But, I've never had a problem with that. I've had a problem in a steep turn that I've hit some gravel in my back, my rear end, came out a little bit on me, but as soon as it hits, these tires are freaking amazing. I think I have Pilot Road 2s, and they grip. So as soon as I was done in that gravel, it hit it started sticking again, and I was able to correct my line. So, and obviously not wreck or low side out or anything like that. So I don't think traction control is a big deal with me. However, it does come on the 2014 Ninja 1000, so I don't think I'll complain too much with using it. It's just that's the way that motorcycles are going. You heard me in my technology video. To expand on that a little bit, we're getting away from the rider experience, in my opinion. Like, part of you figuring out your bike, with your tools in your hands was, the part of the joy of ownership of a motorcycle, but nowadays with electronic dampening suspension and all that, you press a button and you can set it up for normal, soft, or race and all that good shit. And it's just, it's crazy. Like, I think you should I honestly feel that you should understand every single thing that's happening. Like, you can see on my front forks there, I have both dampening and rebound. And then my rear shock is, I think it's just rebound. So you can set those now. I mean, I still have them at factory because right now, factory's okay. But I am going to replace the front springs in these. I got them from a buddy of mine. And they're sprung a little bit lighter than I am. But that's okay. I mean, I could stand lose a few pounds as it is. So I'm going to put those in and then get a different rear shock. I have a different rear shock too that I still need to put on. And it's just going to tighten everything up and become a better ride altogether for my weight and my type riding on this bike. So, and that's another reason like why I don't want to get a Super Sport, because if I got a Super Sport, I know the first thing I would do is track days. And man, I do not have the time and the money for track days. So I've done a track day. I was able to borrow a buddy's leathers, and they were a little big for me, but it was okay. And I mean, I had a screaming good time. It was a shit ton of fun, but I just don't have the time. Now with a kid, I don't have the time to get out there and do it. The way that me and my wife have to work around our schedules is pretty much if I'm off, she's working. And so I have my kid, And then if we do get to be off together, well, I'm sure she won't appreciate me taking the time out and going and spending 8 hours at a track all day. So, and then, that's just not fair to the motorcycle. I mean, think about what these things are meant for. A Super Sport's really not meant for a daily commute bike, or a touring bike. They're meant to get out there and fucking flog it. So, and really the only safe place to do that, guys, is the track. So I know we like to do it a little bit on the road. That's part of the joys of the motorcycle ownership again. Is occasionally get out there and rip it up, but law-wise and safety-wise, that's not the best place to do it. So, but I know I would want to just do it on the track and just tear it up. And I mean, I don't have money for new tires, leathers, tire warmers, pit days, the drive all the way up there, the drive all the way back. I mean, it takes a while. It takes a lot. It's a lot to go track daying. I mean, if you do it every once in a great blue moon, then it's not that bad. But you do tear up your tires, and now you gotta prematurely fix your tires. So unless you have a second set of tires, you're gonna be running through your tires pretty quick, guys. But anyways, I think I spoke way too long and went off topic about what my dream bikes are. So you guys know it. And well, that's me. That's my opinion. And I'm out.